Rice from 235,000 to 360,000 for bag. If you look pint oil, cooking oil, from 3,500 to 6,000. If you look rice per cup, from 1,200 to 2,000. The one way hit me heavy, then there's a way I asked somebody, he said the cup pepper from 700 to 4,000. So when you look at why I choose them commodity, then I don't think and they man they go every day, go buy in the market, can cook. Some man they cooking 1 cup rice plus all this, and the whole family, 5, 6 people, they eat. So when them price here begin jump, so it means that the poverty hard.
They have less than 750 days for go. If they made a sleep, they need for wake up and like, oh, this is reality. We've done more than half of our constitutional mandate. And then you ask yourself the question, are we going the right direction with the go, or are we stagnating, or with the go behind? This now for me, we the ordinary Salomon, let ask himself the question, your life today, it better pass how you been there yesterday.
Good evening, Fambul, and welcome to another program, Time for NGC, where we meet una on Africa Young Voices Television, Channel 33, and on Radio 101.7 FM with me, Dr. Doma. Time for NGC is a paid-up program where the National Grand Coalition, they bring to una for talk on things them where they happen in the country. And also, at times, can even profile solutions to government. Yourself can be part of this program today. You go send your text message to the number 078-814-584. Or you can even contribute to the AYV Facebook page. Don't forget, say you can send your text message to the number 078-814-584. Or you can even contribute to the AYV Facebook page. Well, as time goes on, we got to open the phone line where yourself able for contribute to the number 025-271-959 or the number where the show on your screen. Today we want for discuss about the current salon economy. How actually salon people don't they suffer because of the kind way how the economy there. The economy versus the people. We where they suffer, now we boku. We want to go for a very short break. When we come back, the program will continue. I may get an exclusive interview with Dr. Kande Koleyum Kela, where now the parliamentary leader now for the NGC now parliament. This month's discussion, we want to talk on the economy of the country. First question we are going to ask you, what's your general view on the economic situation presently in the country?
Well, first of all, thank you. You get me in the show. Let we first of all tell the Almighty thank you. Say we all don't survive 1 year of the COVID-19 disease. I also want to commend the people of Salon because they obey the law, they obey the state of emergency. We don't survive and all done this week. The economy been already done the struggle before COVID-19. People, the common man, be known they complain already, say hardship day. And some study we then do last year March, this so-called, this group, Afrobarometer. Then we don't show say we then survey over 3,000 people are now this country. For say already by March 2020, the common man been done begin complain, say, Tintranga. 85% of the people that we then talk to say, the economy not they go in the right direction. They all also show say Boku people they go lead on hungry. That hunger and food insecurity for say people not able to eat well for the day. They may not show say in fact now the number one problem in the country. So you can imagine now with the coronavirus disease, the restrictions, the other problem then with the internationally, thing don't really tranga. And also we don't see, say, the economy, yes, then say it grow now 3.5%, but that growth, they know they go down to the common man. You know, youth man, they complain about jobs, thing they don't deal in the market. I know say we'll get for talk about that this small, because you and your colleague there, I know say when I don't go inside their markets, then back, when they do every month, for talk to common man, and from what I see on the right, thing really trying in the country.
So what do you feel saying are the root causes of some of them things there?
Well, of course, now the government responsible for improve our lives. When we all been they compete for govern this country, we promise the people then say if we in charge, each of we say we go improve the lives of the people. So number one, of course, government gets a big responsibility. Now their own job for improve the economy, now their job for attract investment and for come. Now their job for make sure say they manage the economy so well that common man go able get in bread and butter and in livelihood. So then don't they try, but as we can say, the effort no they yield enough for let man in life better. Me believe say the government they spend too much pan other thing the way they not for spend too much pan. Then don't do well, say then they do, then they collect more money. We all gladly, the single treasury account day, now we all na parliament passing. But we see them they spend money in a side and waste something their money then they have them a hola. They mean for put on a better side we go make the economy grow even faster. People then get jobs, or at least the price hikes they're not so high. And of course, over the since the government don't come, we don't see say petrol price don't go up several times. And that one they of course impact the price of everything. The last one we didn't do now about 30% price increase down there since we didn't come with the petroleum products. So times are hard. Now that I go tell you, where they go upline now with constituency there with the CM, where they go something and then they attire base where they really grumble. But apart from that, statistics matter, and that's what I don't do. If we look some of them rest from 235,000 to 360,000 for bag. If you look pint oil, cooking oil, from 3,500 to 6,000. If you look rest per cup, from 1,200 to 2,000. The one way hit me heavy, then there's a way I asked somebody, say the cup pepper from 700 to 4,000. So when you look at why I choose them commodity, then I don't think and they man they go every day, go buy in the market can cook. So man they cooking 1 cup rice plus all this, and the whole family, 5-6 people, they eat. So when them price here begin jump, so it means that the poverty hard. And yes, they don't raise salaries of people, but you know they keep pace with the price inflation of them basic essential commodities here. So times are hard.
So basically, the president they clock 3 years now. How you feel say how you go able for evaluate them?
We therefore do a lot of check now of the manifesto promises. Now the right thing this for Duam. Let we put on record say, especially we own party, we really give the government the benefit of the doubt for the first 2 years. You know that constructive engagement. But right now, I feel say some side and they way they really get for pay attention. We know they do well. We see crime they go up heavily in this country. Every day with the about different kind thief. In fact, when I go na Bo, doing the about a couple of months ago, say they go there regularly, in Lord and Dede. Then they talk about Nanette. Say Alex say the curfew now for open door for thief man there. We know say na Freetown Boku neighborhood there. I get people there where I know where they don't hands up Nanette na the host clear there. So even doing that curfew time, so the crime they go up. We know say also even tension. Yesterday I go to a program where they also show violence against women. It's on the rise. Yesterday we shocked when they present this report to we. Now some NGO them and Westminster Foundation where they help Parliament and then present this information to we yesterday. So you see violence against women self the rise, even though don't pass tough laws. And when you see them in a society, you know say na either tension don't they. So some man they kind of pull up in Pekin and wife in a house because thing tranga or something job situation not right. We also see say the mining sector problem still there. We know say now the country get big case in England where so far the judgment the whole the SIP and then case then they with SL mining and just the rule against the government if that the case done It will cost this country boku money. The mining sector not pick up as fast as government been they say now all them budget speeches. So that mining sector will not see movement there yet. We will not see what we call foreign direct investment they come in. Every country need what we call FDI, foreign direct investment. If finally people bring money to a country for can invest, but we not see they come, which means something confidence not there, which means they worry. So they're not willing for bring big money, and you need for let people then bring money so you go there now on a bank or they create jobs, the economy they boom. We not see them big investment and they come in. We see also the government they try to do too many things. All 10 now. The other day, me and one man they talk. We see this now government when are launching every month. Then they launch something every month. Then I say, wait a minute, not to money then just they scatter. So when you do that, yes, it's good for lady people. Then glad they say, hey, something they can. But sustainability not there. The project they know they move. Me also one of the things we really are surprised by. One of the things where they affect Freetown the most, that congestion between Upgun, for inside town or for common town go yonder. It they kill this economy. Yeah? We get what they call congestion tax. You go team up in the traffic, then business people like sorry for that. One my friend will get truck there. He said, dog first tell me truck, one truck will do 4 trip. He said, now if I able do 2 na lock, why are they raising? All that one day they add to cost of doing business. It they pull people their market. But waiting make a shock. The Pakabayan government then start that city bypass. Take that they wonder why they know they done this road. Then they see we all they suffer in that traffic. If an ambulance you know they able pass. When they see fire disaster, they say the motor car, the fire brigade no they able pass. I go pass with the all sign of the turn choke. There is a reason why you need that city bypass. That road there for London probably in 6 months be left or 1 year. Why then they left her? I don't know. Then they're so logical for open up Freetown. So movements go, they then market to man, no they struggle. If you don't sit down up, you they struggle for Canton 1.5 hours. How much time you get for really sell market go back? So Monday, one do 2 trips, go buy, sell quick, go back, take another market. So 19 and about the economic policy, I say, what are they thinking? And we don't want say no overspend, no hire more people where you know able pay the one that we sit down. It don't make sense. It don't make no management economic sense to me. But now we know say you go advise state and say, I don't talk in you. When me just know say when you go around the country, you check. People they struggle, the economy not they move. And I hope say then go realize say then economic problem then it cause social problems.
Yeah,
it cause criminality. Because people they struggle, then they look for bread and butter, they never get it.
Yeah, lastly, Dr. Yunkela, people that already go to watch we now or either listen we, but they say, you know, figure for the country right now. Once you make you use this medium for talk to the government for the people of Sierra Leone.
Me go say to the government, I for reflect now. You don't do 3 years genuine assessment of USA Utima. Free quality education, the quality day. We see recently the scandal there with Mr. Sano and so on. Then they na radio, they hala for how many years on education, and then they get the contract there. Why you waiting? They say, I say, so we've been right. About a month ago, I said we want to do a complete assessment of free quality education. It go in the right direction, you know they go. Now the same with the economy. One of the famous men in this world, the physicist, he say, if they do the same thing the same way all the time, change you know they can. Let us sit down back look at this economy. Yes, they don't do a number of things and we World Bank tell them yes. But sometimes and they after that, the government self forget a strategy for make things boom. May not see the movement yet. Even we own domestic investors and they're afraid for put money. Yes, then they buy and sell. But for put real money for let the economy move, I don't see people they do that kind of big thing. So therefore take time for look. Number 3. Then survey them where them in they do where we all know the campaign will be they use. Enough fine lepers you in a government now, when then survey them they come out, they not fine, you vex. Yeah? You for take them with good faith and look. Number 1, with the hear the people then they say we corrupt. And say corruption, it don't pass mark. Well, one of the things they will be say we can't fight not to now corruption. According to what you would see now. corruption, they all science, and then a big man corruption. So people worry about that. And as long as I need to go confidence not the day. With my the holy money back today, they're not sober. Yeah? Would they see also the surveillance, they say the hard times is deep. Because we thinking being a power, where you don't be in a power, people they tell you say everything good, but no man down there, and grumble number they grumble. No. Sometimes then they go beyond your circle and ask people and say, really, tell me about how it.
That's now been the parliamentary leader of the National Grand Coalition, Dr. Kande Kole Yumkela, be the making submission yada on the economy of the country. Again, this is now the economy versus the people. For help me pan this discussion this night, I get with me Madam Marie Jallo, when a citizen, and also Honorable Usman Timbo Esquire, former member of Parliament. I'll turn the mic to Una Mekonate Famudemadu. Thank you, say ladies first. Let's start with the woman. Madam Marie, you tell Famudemadu.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the NGC program.
Okay, Honorable.
Hello, everyone. On a good evening. It's been a long time.
Indeed, and also Famudem go actually happy for see you again after a while.
Yeah, it's been almost 2 years.
Yes,
since,
and then they're going to make a start with you,
right.
self proper. It's been a while. We'll not see or hear you on traditional media. How has it been like?
Oh well, to be honest, it's been refreshing for me personally, because after all everything happened, well, I took it in good faith. And I've been decided to focus on empowering myself and also start family life. So I think one good thing what I do for myself now that I got married. And,
wow, congratulations.
Yes, thank you, yes. And I also do a small course on public policy. So,
okay.
And I take time for rest and also reflect on many, many things. So it's been a good year. It's been a good almost 2 years now, and I'm happy to be back. And I want to let people know, say, it's not like I abandon the cause of the people. I always don't say, whatever the case, whether I'm in parliament or not, I want to be a voice for the young people of this country, and that's now something I will continue to do. But also before that, I also make clear, before they come, I think I don't receive a few calls where people, they ask, when they see the flyer, they say, hey, Honorable, you don't go NGC now. So I'll just clear that I thank the NGC for giving me the opportunity, because I always do this, even if it's the SLPP that calls me to talk about the economy, because this we're doing it for country. But I want to let everybody know, say that I'm a full-blooded All People's Congress member. And I'm pretty sure, say, we'll do the best for the party and we'll come back to power pretty soon.
The usual video for 10 people, they say, you come back to power.
We will come back to power.
Anyways, it's good having you on the program.
Thank you.
I think I will start with you proper.
Right.
To the topic.
Right.
We did talk about economy versus the people. In your view, what will be your assessment to the current economic situation of the country?
Right. I think let's start with one of the first statements that we'll be making at Parliament will be actually go viral. And one thing what I've been saying at the time, now that it was very early in 2018 for we judge the SLPP-led government or the BO-led government as to how they made it perform. I said at the time it was 53 days into the government. So let me get over 1,800 and something days ago. But now running up to almost 3 years, they've done over 1,000 days. And reality check now that constitutionally, they have less than 750 days for go. If they made a sleep, they need for wake up and like, oh, this is reality. We've done more than half of our constitutional mandate. And then you ask yourself the question, are we going the right direction with the go, or are we stagnating, or with the go beyond? These are the questions we themselves need for us themselves. And we as a people, like how you say, it's the economy and the people, I want to try as best as possible for make even the big English I want for talk. If I talk anyone, you are big. Yeah, you help me like cut and down, just tell me. Sometimes we get that thing there for overlap and go into the thing then there. So I want the common man, they understand what do they talk about when it comes to the economy. For some people higher up the chain, maybe the way how the economy they hit them, it different from the way how that common man they feel am. Me not like for use the word grassroots. So I mean like common man, the everyday man, that person they go to market every day, the man they go work every day, how they feel the economy. I also been mentioned say government's not continuity, yeah? Whether or not the APC be win, NGC be win, or C4C, or any other political party for be win the 2018 elections, we programs are never be radically different from waiting to happen now. So because it's born out of how they call them PPR, poverty reduction strategy paper 1 and 2. Now they all them manifestos here and they come off from, you know. So enough of being fundamentally different. But the question, yeah, if me answer them, then go say me as a politician, no answer. I don't talk like a politician. This now for me, we the ordinary Salomon, let ask himself the question, your life today, it better pass how you been there yesterday?
Oh, definitely. You don't ask that question. I think we'll get a citizen here, make her just bring them in to that same question there. I want to make you share your experience with we, or the one the way they watch or listen with. As a citizen, how this economy don't affect you?
Good evening. And to answer your question, for me, I just can't Sierra Leone or can't stay permanently. I don't do about 5 months. And within this 5 months, when I first come, the first thing that I noticed when I go change $100, I did get plenty money. So I was like, wow, this is a lot of money. But then, when I go first to the gas station, with the petrol station, I see for fill me tank, it cost me maybe 510,000. That half of the money is gone already, the one I was excited about. So then I say, okay, if the gas, the petrol will, I be the fill up the America, now $50 for full me tank. Then I come back in Sierra Leone, yeah, I fill me tank for the same amount of money, but the difference is the earning power in Sierra Leone is way, way less than within the earning power in America. So that kept me thinking, wow. So how is this affecting the local people or the working person? We're not even make like maybe 10 million, okay? If you spend that kind of money for every 2 weeks, then the end of the month, and then you go to market. When you go to market, I get people know how they feed, about 4 of us in the house. I spend over 100,000 a day. Wow. To me, that's more money because I like for convert millions to dollars, which is actually not the smart way to do. But I do that constantly because so I go focus. The 110 or 15,000, it's like maybe 12 or $15 for me. So I'm saying, okay, maybe it's not that bad because I can afford it. But then when I think about the lane people, the market woman, when they go sit on the market, okay, all day for 10, 12 hours, then they try just for get 20,000 leons for let them able to feed their family. Then I started feeling bad because that's why the hunger is so rampant in Sierra Leone. Any side we go, where you left you host, by the time you return, there are so many young men them where they in the street for big, just 5,000 for let them buy cookery. And these are young, healthy guys. And it start to bother me because when you go to the market, you look at the cost of things them, and the earning power is so totally different. Then you begin to feel bad. Say, now I see why people are struggling. Why is the hardship so rampant? Now, yeah. And that's not my own experience where I don't begin to put into place comparing America and Sierra Leone.
Okay, Honorable, this will lead me back for make. We try for unearth some of the root causes of this kind of suffering as we citizens here don't outline for we. As somebody who is so passionate about the youth, you hear in his submission, he talk about the youth. What do you feel say now the root, some of the root causes they are, where continuously don't they get effect on the we as people them in the country?
Many reasons there, and you take them from the government side, and you take them from even the people, as in whether the youth are actually prepared. You know, the government gets a lot of responsibility for ensure, say, the youths are prepared and that there are opportunities for the youths them when it comes to addressing their needs them. Yeah. So the government, what in government supposed to be able to for create the enabling environment for make then youths here. So if not jobs, then get jobs. If not education, then get education. Make them be prepared for the job market. And now the question you ask is, are the opportunities there? How much has really been done for these youths? You know, whose opportunities will they don't create? For me, for many years now, the economy of this country hasn't grown. It hasn't grown. You know how much the country may grow 2013, 14, then the Ebola can bring you down till we come to that point, 3.4, 3.5, 4, you know, and we've been around that point for so long. And the worst thing we don't affect we now are the over-reliance on government. Over-reliance on governments, like how Dr. Yum Keller in the talk, they create offices for people. Then say, in the manifesto, or this government will tell you, say, oh, we don't create 5,000 jobs for teachers, 5,000 jobs for nurses, police, etc., etc. Then one and all then create, they put pressure on the revenue where the country they generate. You don't create jobs for these people, but what about the people who not even qualify for go to the field lending? And they are in the majority. Yes, you're focusing on education, but a huge chunk of the active population now, they not get university education, they're not prepared for the job force, so they're just there under. Who therefore create jobs for the one then they? Before, the investors that will be they come in, and they create the opportunities then they tell the women get the mining companies and they boom in this country. You can imagine now, Sokfin, the agricultural company, is about the biggest, arguably the largest employer. And the amount of people that they employ about 3,000 something. Any country where the government is the biggest employer, for later country they develop, it's going to be very hard. And that's exactly what's happening in Sierra Leone. You 5,000 jobs for teachers, 5,000, 10,000 police and soldiers. These people are all sucking from the national money where they come off, the money where they generate. Talk less of them consultants, etc., where they actually employ. Imagine, for example, this Africanist press, then publications where they publish one consultant or so, somebody where they hire in the Ministry of Basic Education, getting 36 million, getting 30 million. Just one person getting that. You know how much pressure, how much that money they for pay, how many teachers that money they go pay in a month? It's a lot. So one person they get all that, then so many other people don't get anything. So I also remember I spoke to my colleague lawyer, and he told me the other day, he said, Timbo, the past few years have been the worst years for me in practice. He said things are so slow to the point where I need to go back to whatever I keep, to the point I even think about selling property. I go to a garage owner, and he tell me, he said, Timbo, everything now in our government. He said, no private company, no day, where if we go products or get with skills, we go to and then give you jobs. Everybody now depends on government contract. Everybody in a government contract. And where the money where the government they generate for make it able to address all their needs and this. So if we talk about all the causes of why we do so, then plenty. But the over-reliance on government and the fact that, okay, you say maybe COVID make investors and all they come, but what encouragement do we also create for the local investors? How much people will they able to get finance or even do business? When the value of the loan, say you go to a bank, you go to bank, not even they give money. Say you go to a bank, they give you 50 million loans. What can you do with 50 million loans? The value of the loans, like how Madam Jallo said, don't really depreciate. You will see you get plenty money, but you can't do much for you. You can't even invest it. How many people will they employ 10 or 20 or 100 people? I see quite recently this company, Chengli, then launched their company, and another thing, the CEO or something where you say they create hundreds of jobs. Yes, every small is important. But Chengli, where you will say, okay, this is now one of the big mining companies now where they come. It only creates 100 or so jobs, or less than 1,000 jobs. What about all these other people? So, in a nutshell, the government no longer create that enabling environment where go make then young people also get decided for make them get their livelihood.
Okay, before I come to you, Papa, as usual, we may do a market survey where I want to bring some things in there before I pose this question to you. Yes, Pambag, where this government take over in 2018 March, 235,000 leons. August 2019, 280,000 leons in midday. August 2020, 330,000 leons. This March, 360,000 leons. Where the percentage increase, 53% increment. Oil per gallon. March 2018, where the SLPP government take power, now been 170,000 leons. August 2019, the price go up to 210,000 leons. August 2020, it still left there, 210,000 leons. This March 2021, we'll go to the market back for go check. Now 260,000 leons for gallon oil, when a 53% increment. The same oil by pints. When this government may take power, now 3,500 leons. August of 2019, now 4,000 leons. It don't go to 4,000. August 2020, 4,500. 500 hard day. March 2021, where we just come out today, now 6,000 leons now for pints. We still the go. Pound beef. 1 pound. Where this government take over, they meet them at 18,000 leons. August 2019, it go up to 22,000 leons. August 2020, it been there 25,000 leons. When we just come out of the market back, we notice say it don't go up to 28,000 leons. Kukri, the common man. March 2018, we made the buy Kukri at 3,000 for plates. August 2019, 4,000 leons. They go up. Well, you don't go to market, say things don't go up. So obviously, you got to go up back. The same August of 2020, 5,000 leons. And imagine, now for the common man, imagine me go eat cookery, I eat cookery now Henry Street. I spend up to 30,000 leons for each 1 grain plate. This March, we will just come out around for check, now 5,000 leons. We come to the midfielder, when at the dollar. March 2018, the selling rates, I mean 750,000 leons. August 2019, now 980,000 leons for $100. August 2020, now 1,090,000 leons for $100. This March, it don't go up to 1,040,000 leons for $100. The buying rates. March 2018, where the SLPP government take power, now 765,000 for $100. August 2019, now 995,000 leons for $100. It go up. August 2020, 1,080,000 for $100. When we just come out for check, now 1 million now and 30,000 for $100. Where you go buy? Weighing at 35% increments in dollar value versus leons. So this go make I pose the question to you back. The same question we asked Honorable. In your own view, what do you feel that are some of the root causes there? The hike in prices.
What I think is there's a lot of challenges them where the government not they address. For example, taxes, higher taxes, which they create some of the higher pricing in these things. And then you look at the spending power of the masses because of so much high unemployment. And then you get the purchasing power, which is also less. All of these are created because the economy is stagnant. You know, they move. People, they know they work. The one they know they work, plenty pass, the one they know they work. So that's not a problem. If the government can do some good things then, like ease some of the challenges then where people, when they try for do business, make it easier a little bit, relax some of the regulations, that go help. This is what I think. That's not one. And then reduce the taxes, like I said. What I key, even as a private citizen, when you ship a container camp, you can't believe it. You will nearly spend $7,000, especially, unfortunately, for those of us who come during the lockdown, immediately after the lockdown of the whole world. So you see that, can you imagine as a private citizen, personal effects cost me that much? Can you imagine the one then where they bring goods then for sale? This is why the hike in prices, it's a daily thing. It's not even like weekly or monthly. If I buy something today, 4,000 leons. If I go market tomorrow, if I not be careful, now 5,000. So it's constantly going up. There's no kind of price control because the government, you know, they do a lot for help the business environment. And then, because the government cannot employ everyone, but creates the environment so that the private sector could thrive. Okay? There's a lot of people in Sierra Leone, besides the foreign investors, who are able to invest in small enterprises then, if only the environment is conducive for do so. So me, the thing say, the government has a lot to encourage people then, provide loans then for younger people then to become entrepreneurs. I can't even see the word. So these are some of the things then, the key facts then where the government therefore begin look at. Try for empower the young people instead of waiting, looking for jobs. Let them become self-employed. That's some of the root causes that we may think
okay,
about. Yes.
Before I open the phone line, Fumble, you can send a text message to the number 078-814-584. The number again is 078-814-584. Honorable, before I open the phone line, make I just ask you this quick one. Did this government foresolve the current hardship soonest?
Soonest? Like how Madam Jallo say, you go yesterday, you made something 5,000, today you go now 6,000. We don't know where we're going, to be honest. And sometimes they feel uneasy for talk because anyhow you look at, you go say, oh, now opposition politician. Maybe you are an ordinary citizen, so when you talk from what you feel. But me now, they go say, oh, it's because your party is not in power and I make you to say this. But thank you very much for this work on do. You don't see how things don't evolve from 2018 to today. And this now make us celebrity citizens, the ordinary man, such in conscience, whether you're red, you're green, you're rainbow color, you're orange, whatever color you belong to, I mean political colors, yeah? This they affect we all. When you go to market, you know they say, oh, me na SLPP, oh, SLPP get prize. Such you conscience. The thing we for most important to we. Ebo, now we country, now we say how we say they feel. You know, politicians, plenty times where we win power, we know they suffer or even understand how the ordinary person they feel. Sometimes I really they feel sorry for the one they win at the leaders, like the presidents them. Because they live in a balloon, surrounded by people the way their jobs they depend on them. The president, all he does is, then inside morning time, he go na or he grab na bed na morning, inside motorcar, he can a state house. State house, back home, the same routine. So how much interaction will they get with the ordinary man? Who do they interact with na in ministers them? They when they go sit down at them cabinet meetings here, the ministers, because they know say their jobs them depend on telling the president the good stuff, they not they really tell the president the bad side. They go just paint that picture like everything is rosy, everything is rosy. I think a CRI or something where they talk about first presidential town hall. I hope say they go open them up to the common man. Let the common man and the president interact. Let them tell the president what they really they go through, how they feel. But if you ask me, as an ordinary young person, whether this country, in terms of economic development, the trajectory is right, I don't think so. Based on the prices, based on the increments in prices, where they happen around. I don't think so. And like I say, they've done more than half. It's over 1,000 days done with less than 750 days constitutionally left. After next year, na politics. So how much time do they really have to do things? I can tell you one thing when I talk about, sorry, maybe time, eh? I can tell you one thing where Dr. Yumkela talk about launching. And for me, it hurt me so much where I see, I'm happy with the fact, say, President Bio want for expand the Lunge Airport. He turned the sword for the commencement of that project day. Later on, now we hear say the contract don't go parliament for ratification. Ebo, whoever don't tell the president, say, oh, this thing is all done, go turn the sword, that person did it for Saka. Because that person, they don't ill-advise the president. Because when contracts of such nature they happen, then they take them to parliament. After parliament, then take this contract and go to what they call financial close. Also, then they go spend the money for me they can do them project here. Because most investors don't spend their monies. So it's like 80% loan from the bank and 20% of then your money. So if you don't get the money yet, then you tell the president, say, go turn sword. Turn in sword. Now, like when you say, okay, the project, it don't begin today. Same thing happened with the bakery project now the East. What has happened with that? Same thing happened with the Lunge Bridge project. What has happened with that? Like how Dr. Yumkela said, now launch no more. But when the time for we implement this project, these are tangible things that we want to see happen. Me, honestly, I'm sorry for whoever is the president. I mean, whether it's President Bioti today, whether it's somebody else tomorrow, or President Koroma before, they go through hard times. And the people who are there around, they're supposed to take responsibility. And the president's supposed to be strong enough to say, okay, you've misled me, or I've given you KPIs, key performance indicators, you haven't fulfilled them, sack them. Like I was telling you outside, there are thousands of people who are qualified for do their jobs here. But the presidents look at you and feels that you fit for another position. He puts you, then after 3 years you haven't performed and you're still there. But again, it comes around. When it comes around, it comes back to the president. When I not sack them yet.
Yeah, I have to open the phone line now. Make we get family their own views on our contribution on waiting with the discourse. Mind you, if you dey call, not call for attack anybody in personality. Just call and go straight to the point. We dey talk about economy versus the people. The number is 025-271-959. 025-271-959. Call and make your own contribution to the program. Make I come to you and Madam Marie. What do you feel is going to be the quick fix? Okay, we'll get one call. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Your name and who side you call from? Okay, let's go. Madam Marie, I told you to get problem with line. Hello, good evening. Your name and who side you call me from?
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Your name and who side you call me from?
Mina Mohammed G. Kuguma from Bo.
Okay. Let's have your point.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the program, and I thank the panelists, especially Honorable Timbo and my sister, Mrs. Jallo. Is it Madam Jallo anyway? Honestly, this is a national program where NGC they bring out to people. It's about how Sierra Leonean life go better. And it's about how also we profile solutions to the numerous problems we have. A bit challenge for comment on my brother Timbo in commenting what he do, because like how he rightly say, anyhow you look at that, he's coming from a political angle. But though he's very technical and very, very conscious of whatever he says. I admire in submissions the way he do, because he's coming from a nationalistic point of view, which I think this lacking from the side of many politicians. It's far gone for me to just shift blame rather than profiling solution. For me, I just say because of Sierra Leone over-reliance on government jobs, rather than creating an employment for themselves or for neighborhood, they needed one. My brother, honestly, most Sierra Leoneans actually get money for help one or two people, but they keep them in a bank or they can't go other side only for turn back and blame government or blame employer. What have you done to benefit one Sierra Leonean?
Okay.
So much that we talk about government, let's also talk about we own earning and how much we don't have Sierra Leone. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much for you making contribution on the program. Okay, I just want to ask you, what do you feel say will be the quick fix?
Well, actually, there are no quick fixes to anything at the world. So, it's a lot of challenges in Sierra Leone, but I think there are things the government can do for ease things them a little bit. And that's like what I said before, and what Dr. Yomkela also mentioned. Now, if they make the business environment very conducive for everyone, then even the citizens themselves.
Let's go for this call. Hello, good evening. Your name and who side you call me from?
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
I'm going to give it because I this church and for more for the police then. Like this church and I talk by the right thing and the same. Then police then, if they come on and see software we live in, they arresting all kind of ways. Alex, if you get all the documents, you know, say correct. They arrest you. And then they make me the man, they will suffer. They fail for going and speak for what we live in. So I'm free right now, and I'm back to the live. Okay.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, continue for send you text message and even call Now the number 025-271-959. Or you watch on the screen. The number is scroll on the screen. You mean go carry on?
Yeah, like I was saying, I think there are things like the government can do where it go help, because unemployment is very high. The need for focus on doing something about the youth or reduce their unemployment. Because of so many unemployed youth, it feels in Freetown like the place is very insecure. Like there is always an imminent threat to the community, to the whole, nation. So the things say they need for focus and pay attention for that, find a way for put the youth make them a little busy and create the environment, security, so that people, they're not kind of jetty, thinking like any bad thing can happen.
Okay, let's go for this call. Hello, good evening, and your name and who's the call we from?
Hello.
Yeah, hello, good evening.
How do you do?
Your name and who's the call we from?
My name is Maurice, I call from Boo.
Okay, make your point.
This for all this over you can't even get away to and the cause yeah.
Okay.
And the cause can't even get away to the talk. Because I had 2018 for the Green Coalition. And this one is all go on to.
I think,
Yeah,
as I say, let me cut them off. Not attack anybody in personality. Just go straight to the point and make your own contribution at the show. Okay, Honorable, being that we get you in the studio today, I want to get your own view on some. Hello, good evening. You know
Good evening.
where you call me from?
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Your name and who's you call me from?
Watalo, me na grandpa manager of Banga Farm Watalo. Like, God bless you, Nadi.
Okay.
What you want me to say, this country not to party for make salon. Now, me and you, the capa I don't care the talk so. Or what you know the talk here, the president there, the who could again at the country. The ministers there, for the sofa city, now the causer. If you check now the Ministry of Transport, you come out the Ministry of Health, you come out the Ministry of Agriculture. What do they do for this country? Now they always talk to youth commission. Always in Nazi. They are waiting on me and my advice. Sierra people they want to look at one. Don't forget about this color. If you say a color with the fellow and a punishment to the party program to kill a camera, always with the change no more party that this country are. So now any law can't one.
Okay.
If you know you like to give precept now so far that.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, I think we don't run out of time. This is going to be the last lucky caller for this night. Honorable, I was having to say, being that we get you today in the studio, I don't forget your own view on corruption. We don't see from the Anti-Corruption Commission that they say they don't defect corruption, but we don't get allegations where they come out from different quarters, one of which the African is pressed, and the audit reports. What do you take on this?
We'll talk about the fight against corruption. 5 minutes not going to be enough for that day, to be honest. But the head of the Anti-Corruption Commission, a friend of mine, we have so many things in common. And I feel say one thing we don't succeed for do, now for Allah, about corruption, I seen, don't talk a lot about corruption in the fight against corruption. Yes, they go say don't do a few things. We see say they travel up and down the country, and they say don't get there all these indices where they show say the country is going up, But also I think say we need for think about what may not happen before. Where are we as a nation? Yeah. During the term of this is an NGC hour, so I try to be as diplomatic as possible. In 2008, it was during the former president's time that the ACC was given the most power, prosecutorial power. Before that term, For a charge case in a court, you get for go to the Attorney General and I get for give you permission, or not even send the case in a court. A lot of changes were made. The APC been get mined for charge to court ministers of government, Hajj Hafsa to Kaba, for instance, a mayor of the Freetown municipality, Haba George Williams, Gavi Funds, you remember them doctors, them,
Yeah.
Philip Conte, the one that been the head of 50th anniversary committee, Momo Conte of blessed memory for Timbergate case, Sarah Bendu. These were heads, these were people where they're big people. Waiting we see on this fight against corruption, a lot of small people. Well, I watched the commissioner interview quite recently with Samuel Wise Bangura and NGC, where he talk about, of AYV, where he talk about how people lay on definition of big fish, now by other than feel say they want for it and go after. But one thing where this commissioner will be judged for, now this rice case, the Chinese rice case, what happened with it? What happened? He held a press conference before or immediately after they charged them people here. Halfway into the, not even halfway, as the case start, he withdraw the case. The rest, waiting do the rest, waiting not do the rest, 30 they will not know. He will be judged for that. However, then talk about, are they go to school them, or they go upline, they go do all that sensitization here. It was happening before. When I've been in grammar school, I was the president of the Integrity Club. This was 2002, 2003. So they've not even taken them here, go now with schools them. When JFK, Adi Macaulay were commissioners, they went with this thing. What did this government do? I know say time no day. What did this government do? They've shouted about corruption and they've controlled the narrative. So when people come and ask about corruption, oh no, the corruption not there again, because many people they hear about the fight against corruption. But what's happening? Teachers, small teachers, go EDSA, go Holianda, go how they call the place? Maritime administration hold. Yes, corruption in them small places there. But for we, when you say you fight corruption, you forget that kind of mind day. So go for the topmost corruption. Okay, so Africanist press, they show things them way, maybe their systems and processes were not correct. But one thing where Africanist press don't expose for me, whether not corruption or not corruption, this thing where the Minister of Finance may they say, or any other person, other minister, may they say, we left this country in a hole. It's not correct. Who said them put 3 million? Who said them put 2 million? For begin do all length here when they do so. And these are records from banks.
Okay, so Honorable, in 1 second, so to be your last word, as time done the case.
The last word, not going to be with the economy. I've been getting for rush from up country for coming to this program, and something really burned my heart, and it get for do with the existential threat. Login. The heat where me feel upline. And this is only 2021, we're young. Do your papa government. We no say money dey pan this timber business. But we are destroying our present and we picking them future. How much of this board where they pull in our bush will they come back to we? For these millions, what would they get? Now make would they go cut stick them? Would they go empty we forest them? This is my last word. Padua. We are young. If God make we get for live long, we get to face them threats here so. And do your part, look into this timber business. Plenty of people are making money from it, and they might not be happy with what they say so, but we need to do something about it. Otherwise, this country will sit up and time bomb.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Honorable. Madam Jallo, what's going to be the last word in 1 second?
Well, my last word is that there's a lot of work that needs to be done in Sierra Leone. So may ask the president and all other political parties when I need to work together so we will make Sierra Leone a better place. Okay? I want to thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Before I close, I just want to make this because I get some letters with me where I want to make them clear. Say, the impressed where people in the top of parliament, where of late may come out say parliamentary leaders of different political parties, they're not me able for they're not me able for retire, they impress them. But one way I will say this, the NGC will do the monthly retirement of office impressed, where the letter as Siam with me. From May 2019, and also the other one are from May to June, where the letter dated 8th January 2020, and the other impressed where they retire, they may date them the 15th of March 2021. Well, I'm not able to read all the text messages them we come inside, but I will just read one or two, then I will close the program for today.